This is author and automotive expert Bob Lygen.
There are many reasons you may choose to lease a car. If one of those is for business use or tax benefits, there are many options available. Alpha Leasing customizes each lease. Dealers only have one option. Alpha Leasing structures each lease to your business or tax situation to maximize tax deductibility. That's why I wrote the book on how to make leasing work for you. I'm Bob Lygen. Call me today.
Wishing you and yours happy holidays from WDRB.
Later today on Fox, we've got a fantastic set of games coming your way, most with playoff implications, including the Tampa Bay Bucks sailing into New Orleans to take on their NFC South rival Saints. Others, well, you'll get the NFC West champion Seattle Seahawks as they host the Arizona Cardinals. It's all coming your way later today right here on Fox.
Queen Latifah and Snoop Dogg host Pitbull's New Year's Revolution live on Fox.
Soldier, keep on marching on.
Eric hasn't been right ever since he got back. He misses it.
There's some kind of attack coming.
I have to try and stop him.
Why does it need to be you?
Carter was the youngest squad leader in the history of the Rangers. He doesn't fail. The terrorists have acquired the list of sleeper cells.
These codes go out, there will be attacks all over this country. Do you understand me?
This is only the beginning.
24 Legacy after the Super Bowl on Fox.
Don't you dare stand there and judge me, little man.
A son we all thought dead in Africa. James Keziah Delaney.
I witnessed and participated in darkness that you cannot conceive.
FBI!
I need you to watch the kids tonight.
No, I'm a bad choice for that job.
Act like an aunt for one day and don't ruin them.
What's up, Chippy?
Next time he gives you crap, yank his pants down and point at his tiny...
Shake it, break it, make it bounce.
What happened to you?
It was humongous. A monkey hit and beat me with it.
Well, clearly you didn't do it right.
She's a danger to these children.
The kids are fine.
Have some more ice cream.
The Mick special premiere, January 1st on Fox.
An entertaining first half of football, some mistakes by the Minnesota Vikings, and offensive excellence for the Green Bay Packers. America's game of the week, a 15-point Packer lead, second half, coming up.
You may be the most powerful mutant we've ever encountered.
Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX50 for $319 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
You better hurry to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for last-minute savings. Take on any Galaxy. See Rogue One in theaters. Get 0% for up to 72 months on Rogue.
At Thornton's, we believe busy folks like you should be able to get real food from a real kitchen, even when you're on the go. So now we have real kitchens with real cooks making real food right in our stores. Hand-rolled breakfast burritos, freshly made pizza sticks, soft, salty pretzels, a whole menu of delicious food that's good to go and great to eat. Stop in today and see just how good real can taste.
Real kitchen, real food, it's Thornton's.
It's your last chance to save during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announced, get $1,500 total cash on select models on top of the best offers of the season. Ford, giving drivers the most 5-star ratings. And award-winning value from Kelley Blue Book. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. Just announced, get $1,500 total cash on select models on top of the best offers of the season. Hurry, the final days of the Ford year-end event end January 3rd.
Newness. It can be really exciting, or sometimes a little scary. However, you shouldn't worry. We have plenty of experience making introductions.
The name you've always trusted for your children's healthcare needs is now Norton Children's. Whether your children need their yearly checkups or their first surgeries, we're still the name you trust for the best pediatric care. Norton Children's. Every age, every stage, every step of the way.
Season's greetings from WDRB.
You better hurry to Nissan's Go Rogue year-end event for last-minute savings. Take on any Galaxy. See Rogue One in theaters. Get 0% for up to 72 months on Altima.
NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
First half moments brought to you by Febreze. Those were first half moments brought to you by Febreze. 28-13 game as we begin the second half, and we'll welcome you inside the booth from down with that cable cam down there, and welcome. This has been really an offensive explosion by the Green Bay Packers.
Against a really good defensive team, and not really what we expected, although the Packers were playing well. But what a turn of events there at the end of that first half. It looked like the Vikings could cut it to a 5-point deficit. Instead, the Packers go in at half up 15, and the 2 turnovers by the Vikings really costly.
Well, the Vikings have to certainly win their final 2 games to have any chance at a playoff spot. A team that started the year at 5-0, riding that great defense, have now lost 7 of 9. It would be the 6th team since the 12-team playoff field was introduced to the NFL in 1990 to start 5-0 and miss the playoffs if they don't get in. Atlanta did it last year. Atlanta in a good spot as we play here in week 16, and the drive for the Vikings starts at the 25. Down to Aaron we go.
I spoke with Mike Zimmer about how do you cover Jordy Nelson here in the second half. He said, Jordy Nelson, how about we start covering everyone? He said his biggest message to his defense, do the things you were taught. Forget about doing all that stupid stuff you did in the second half. I hear you laughing, Troy Aikman.
He is. A good call. I'm just thinking Jordy Nelson would be a good start, though. I know you want to cover all of them, but let's start with Jordy Nelson.
47. On the 25. Aaron's not finished, by the way, Troy. Here's Bradford going down again, and it's Daniels who thumped him. Back at the 15-yard line. And Mike Daniels gets sack number 4.
Yeah, Mike Daniels, here he is, number 76, and he gets past right there in the middle. And Mike Daniels, as good as he is against the run, he's a big body, but man, he moves a pile, and he does an excellent job of creating some inside pressure, in the passing game, and he drops Sam Bradford.
White, 47, White.
Second down and 19. We'll go back to Aaron in a second. Play clock at 3. Hand off to McKinnon. Out across the 20. Third down coming up. Aaron, please continue.
Yeah, not as comical. Mike McCarthy said he told his team this game is going to come down to big plays here. He's very happy the Packers are winning the turnover battle, but he said you've got to continue to take care of the ball here in the second half. He did wish you a Merry Christmas, both of you guys, by the way. I told him I'd pass it along.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Thank you, Aaron.
Third down and 13.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
No, you're not. Bradford, this one batted away. I think Clay Matthews feels better. He's out there way away from Sam Bradford, and he gets his right arm up, his good arm, and knocks it away.
Well, he's batted a couple of them down, and you see that, so much of what the Vikings have shown coming into this game, and then we've seen some of it here this afternoon, a lot of the quick passing game, and they're ready for it, and they've batted a couple of those balls down. And Clay Matthews, a lot of talk as to whether or not he should be rested. You just never know when those game-changing plays are going to occur. He's certainly capable, and he had one there right before the end of the first half, which led to 7 points.
Locked to punt it. Hyde waiting for it, coming up to get it, and slides with a catch. Nice grab by Micah Hyde on America's Game of the Week. Bradford has been hit hard a couple of times. Packers have it up 15.
I'm pumped you guys fly to Belize. What about Cancun or Jamaica? Could I swim with dolphins?
Yes to low fares to faraway places. Oh yeah, that's transparency.
The playbook of work is tattered and torn from those who do jobs for which they were born. Hammers and wire, chainsaws and wrenches, and the true bond of teamwork down in the trenches. Ford F-Series is their chariot. It answers the bell. It's the truck deemed official by the NFL.
I have a way better deal here, 10 nuggets for $1.49. I think 2 full Whopper meals for $10 is clearly the better deal. He wears glasses and he can't see which is the better deal. You want these glasses? No, I don't.
Get 2 Whopper meals for $10 or 10 nuggets for $1.49. Only at Burger King.
Here's something to get stuck on this holiday season. Switch to Cricket Wireless and get the Samsung Galaxy Amp2 for free. Plus, plans now start at $30 a month. Just a little holiday cheer from the merrier carrier. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Baby.
You behaving yourself?
Oh, yeah.
The moment we label this terrorism, everything changes.
If they're in New York or Washington, what happens then?
We gotta find these guys before they do this to somebody else.
These are our guys.
Every inch of this city is getting searched.
We're tracking reports. He's on his way to New York.
Super black Mercedes SUV. I need backup down here. They messed with the wrong city.
Patriots Day, rated R.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Well, a proposal, an acceptance, and of course they're wearing number 87. Home and away for Jordy Nelson, having a big day.
No way she says no with him in a Jordy Nelson jersey.
That's love. From the 45-yard line for Green Bay up 15, they hand to Montgomery running right. I want to amend something that I amended in the first half. And that was that the game last year between these two was in week 17 here at Lambeau. So all these records for Aaron Rodgers, which are unbelievable in the month of December, are all legit and factual, but it was a January 3rd game, so not technically a December game, when the Vikings came in here and stamped their ticket for the postseason when they won the NFC North in Mike Zimmer's second year. Rodgers with a 4-touchdown day, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground. He's got all day. Cook out of bounds, couldn't get the second foot down. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Well, Aaron Rodgers underneath the center will have to play action. That's something he wasn't able to do last week because of the injured calf. He had a chance to Jared Cook earlier. He double clutched it a little bit in the pocket, which allowed Cook then to run out of real estate when he had him, as you see the delay in cutting it loose. But man, Jared Cook, talk about guys who have emerged with his health and the big game last week. And Rodgers, I think he's as excited about him as anything else offensively, with a weapon to complement Randall Cobb when he's healthy, as someone who can work the middle of the field.
In Cobb not active with the injured leg, and Rodgers is sacked. Danielle Hunter again with Kendricks in there as well. And Rodgers is going to take a moment to get up.
He got hit pretty good there, and in real time he got sandwiched, and there should be a little cause for concern. He had Kendricks and then Danielle Hunter, met him right in the backfield, and pretty good hit. Kendricks on a delayed blitz here. He comes late, and he has a free shot, and then Hunter's right there on top of him, and he was in an awkward position when he went down.
Lambeau Field is just dead quiet, while the fans here, who are enjoying every bit of this 4-game plus roll. The offense has been on, and now they see their hero number 12 pop up. And they're able to exhale on Christmas Eve that Rodgers is okay at least enough to get up and walk himself to the sideline.
You can tell by his expression that he's in some pain, and he'll see if he's able to work through it. He doesn't want to show any signs out on the field and get up and come off the field and get checked out, but it looked awkward when it happened. I wasn't surprised he was a little slow getting off the ground.
It's a shared sack between Hunter and Kendricks. Each has a sack and a half in this game. Shum punts it. Fair catch called for and hauled in by Marcus Sherrills. And so after Bradford was hit, when the Vikings had it, now it's Aaron Rodgers who goes down. Punt follows and the Vikings have it.
It's your last chance to save during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Hurry in for the best deals of the season on Ford, America's most awarded brand, with the most 5-star ratings and the highest owner loyalty, giving drivers what matters most. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. Just announced, get $1,500 total cash on select models on top of the best offers of the season. Hurry, the final days of the Ford year-end event end January 3rd.
Hi, how can I help?
Look over here.
Okay. Oh, hefty. Low price. Nice.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. Wait, what? Wait, am I John Cena?
Yes! You came to see me! Whippy, whippy, whippy!
What?
I mean, she got that guy.
Hefty Ultra Strong. Costs less than Glad.
Taboo, January 10th, FX.
It's been Aaron Rodgers on the bench after getting off the field. Now at least he's smiling, but stretching out the neck. He was doing that yesterday in our meeting with him at Lambeau Field here in our meeting room in our production get together. And now after that hit by Danielle Hunter, stretching it out again from the 13-yard line down by 15. Bradford fires and finds Thielen. He gets 9. Let's go back to that hit on Aaron Rodgers.
You can see the neck right at the point of contact, and that's what you worry about. He's smiling over on the sidelines. It appears that he's going to be just fine. You look at this Minnesota now offense, and we talked about it. It's just been a group that through the first 5 games when they were 5-0, he just had 1 turnover during that stretch. And since that time, the turnovers have really hurt them.
McKinnon breaks loose. On 2nd down and 1, Jerick McKinnon brought down by Blake Martinez after a gain of 11.
Well, good job on that interior offensive line, creating a little space for McKinnon. And like I said, the Vikings have been able to move the football. Just have had the costly mistakes that have allowed this game to get out ahead of them. A good look there at the club that Nick Perry's wearing on that left hand, missing the last couple of games, having a great year. Hard to play the game when you're not able to use both hands.
Hard count not working in the favor of the Vikings.
false start, number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Nick Perry talked to Aaron Andrews with that club on his hand before the game.
13.
Aaron?
Oh, there we are. Yeah, he did. Obviously, you see how huge that thing is around his hand. Guys, I actually got word from the Packers during halftime that he had to go in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter to have the training staff rework it. No word as to what they did. Also, guys, cornerback Ladarius Gunter, he is done for the day.
He left, was carted off in the first half. Gunter to the, or rather, McKinnon to the 30. Gunter went into the dressing room in that first half, so they're getting pretty thin in the secondary for the Packers, not just for today, obviously, but going forward as they have that Week 17 matchup coming up against Matthew Stafford and the Lions.
Thin in the secondary. They've been thin at the outside linebacker position a good part of the year. Players in and out. Dom Capers, it seems like it happens every year that he's having to, find ways to plug people in and hold it together, and this year's been no exception.
Second down and 13. McKinnon again has to bounce it to the edge, and he's tripped up by Martinez. Gain of 2.
Martinez and then Jake Ryan. Martinez talking about guys who missed some time. He returned last week after missing 3 weeks, and there's Dom Capers, one of the best in the business. He's been doing it a long time around this league. 2-time head coach. He just doesn't flinch. He's so used to the guys that he just plays with who he has, but he finds ways to utilize the abilities of the players, and it's been a challenge. And now with Ladarius Gunter, he's been one of the constants at that position who's been able to shoot. He's played the last 13 games.
Bradford, good protection. Diggs for a first down. And then tackled awkwardly back at the 45, went backward just a bit, but forward progress gets him 13 and a first down.
Yeah, Stefon Diggs, we've seen a lot of Thielen, but haven't seen as much of Stefon Diggs, and he didn't have much to show for last week's outing either against the Indianapolis Colts, but this is a better offense when they're getting the ball in his hands.
Weeks 9 and 10 against the Lions and the Redskins. Diggs had back-to-back 13-catch games. Not much since. Here's one aired out downfield. A little contact. Charles Johnson and Demarius Randall both reaching for it. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
We talked earlier about Demarius Randall. He was a safety in college, and when they brought him here to Green Bay, they were always going to play him at corner, and they liked his background because they felt that with his size that he could play physical and come up and press wide receivers. And I thought that was one of the things that was so surprising last week was how soft he was playing. He had the groin surgery earlier in the year, and you just don't know if that's still a factor or not. And then today he's been battling through a shoulder injury.
2nd and 10. Thielen gets it. Tackle will be credited to Quentin Rollins. Micah Hyde is there to clean up. A gain of 5, so a more manageable 3rd down. But Green Bay is now down to Mackinton Dorleant, a rookie out of northern Iowa, who checked into the lineup on that last play when Demarius Randall kind of limped off the field. As you said, bothered by the groin and now a shoulder injury is Demarius Randall.
Well, Dorleant is on Cordero Patterson at the top of the screen.
Fly down.
I think I'd take a shot.
Giving him a lot of cushion. 3rd down and 5. Bradford out to his right. Flag flies. Pass caught Asiata, but a flag is down. Right now it's enough for a first down. But it looks like a hold against Minnesota. And Bradford slow to get up again.
Holding, number 68, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
And guess who forced it?
Yeah, Clay Matthews. TJ Clemmings is the one who's called. There's the hit Nick Perry puts on Sam Bradford. And we've talked a lot about this offensive line. Everyone has who's talked about the Minnesota Vikings. And what's interesting, Joe, since 2007, the Vikings have drafted just 2 offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds. It was Matt Khalil and then Phil Lodeholt, and Rick Spielman, the general manager, he's got to address this group. And to me, that group is the one who always sets the tone for your entire football team. It's been a liability for this Vikings team all year.
Third down and 15. Four-man pass rush. Pass is caught, but that's Rudolph way short. And not even threatening the first down marker, a gain of 9. And the punt team comes on for the Vikings.
Yeah, you have those penalties, and we've seen it here today. And it's hard for any offense, but for the Vikings, when they get to long down and distances, those types of penalties, they're just drive killers.
We've kept the camera on Aaron Rodgers, watching him stretch out that neck since that hit by Danielle Hunter. Here's Locke on 4th and 7. He gets rid of it. Hyde on a bounce. Nice move. And Micah Hyde out near the 34, brought down by Sherrills. Here comes Aaron Rodgers. His Packers up by 15.
It's your last chance to save during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Hurry in for the best deals of the season on Ford, America's most awarded brand, with the most 5-star ratings and the highest owner loyalty, giving drivers what matters most. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. Just announced. Get $1,500 total cash on select models on top of the best offers of the season. Hurry, the final days of the Ford year-end event.
I know you're fed up. Life don't let up for us. All they talk about is what is going down and what's been messed up for us. When I look around, I see blue skies, I see butterflies for us. Listen to the sound and lose it in sweet music and dance with me, 'cause there is beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world, always beauty in the world, so much beauty in the world. So shake your booty, boys and girls, for the beauty in the world. Pick your diamond, pick your pearl, there is beauty in the world.
Today's game is sponsored by the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty. This is the next level.
Well, a proud day for the Packers, and it should be a proud day for Aaron Rodgers. $110,000+ donated to the Packers Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign. $38,000 of which came from Aaron Rodgers as he matched the player autograph signing total. So good for the Packers, good for Aaron. First down pass is caught by Nelson. And Jordy Nelson out to the 39-yard line. That punt, by the way, by Locke, after the return by Hyde, netted just 18 yards of field position. It's 2nd down and 5.
Hey, alert the safety. Oh, scoop. No. You see it. We need teed.
Rodgers out to his left. Fires a fastball, and Nelson off his hands and incomplete.
Well, here's what I was talking about earlier with Jordy Nelson. He's going to be on a deep route to the post. Initially, that's where Rodgers was hoping to go with the ball. As soon as he sees Rodgers in trouble, he works back down, and they almost have a chance for another big gain. And you watch a lot of these teams, and when the quarterback is scrambling, no one really knows what the other is doing, and there should be a design to it. And I know in visiting with Mike McCarthy, there is when it comes to the Packers. They work on the scramble drill, and why wouldn't they? They've got a quarterback who is out on the edge often, but Jordy Nelson does a great job of getting open.
Vikings defense needs to make a play. Here's Kendricks on the tackle of Ty Montgomery, and that will force a punt. So a stop, and it's a 3-and-out series here for the Green Bay Packers.
You feel kind of the momentum got taken away from the Vikings after that strip sack by Clay Matthews at the end of that first half, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, and the Vikings, if they can get something going, get a score, they're right back in it.
Sherrills will try and return it, and he is hit by Jeff Janis. Good play and well timed by Jeff Janis. Catch, hit, down he goes after a 47-yard punt.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and you're talking to your doctor about your medication, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira helping me go further. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms. Humira has been clinically studied for over 18 years.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB. Hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ready for a new chapter? Talk to your rheumatologist. This is Humira at work.
It's your last chance to save during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Hurry in for the best deals of the season on Ford, America's most awarded brand, with the most 5-star ratings and the highest owner loyalty, giving drivers what matters most. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. Just announced, get $1,500 total cash on select models on top of the best offers of the season. Hurry, the final days of the Ford year-end event end January 3rd.
Join my alliance and prepare for victory. Bring in the heavy artillery. Now that's how you strike. Mobile Strike. Download and play now. Free from the App Store.
Hey, Mickey, I need you to watch the kids. We had to flee the country.
Well, the damage for these two guys done primarily in the first half. First half that had 41 total points, 554 yards. Here in this third quarter, 4 possessions between the two sides, 4 punts. 15-point game starting from the 14. Bradford for Thielen. Incomplete. Bradford has to get up off the ground, and let's take a look at the end of this route.
It's Quentin Rollins, and
a little bit of a grab there.
Just a touch. Ball was in on the inside. I think it was a good non-call, but you know they're starting to rough Bradford up. Pretty good now too. We've seen him on the ground a lot here lately.
Kenny Clark just got to him. Still looking for his first sack in his rookie year. Does have a fumble recovery in this game that the Packers turned into 7. 2nd and 10. Here's McKinnon. And he doesn't go far, and there's Kenny Clark.
Yeah, Kenny Clark, I know in visiting with Mike Daniels a couple weeks ago, Kenny Clark out of that great university out west, UCLA.
One of 9 Bruins in the house today, including a Hall of Fame quarterback who hung his hat in Dallas.
Well, he was just 20 years old when he joined the Packers when he got drafted, and I tell you, Mike Daniels really he likes him a lot, and he's kind of taking him under his wing. And I know Daniels is a former high school wrestler, and so is Kenny Clark, and a lot of times that bodes well for that position, but he is really growing.
3rd down and 8, aired out. The play is broken up. Good work by Demarius Randall, as Cordero Patterson was the target, and Randall, who's been in and out of the lineup, made the play.
Well, as soon as Cordero Patterson starts off the ball, you know, his repertoire of routes is not very extensive. So once he gets vertical and he's up the field 5-6 yards, he's going deep. And a lot of the things that he does are right around the line of scrimmage with the bubble screens and the hitches and slant routes, and former 1st-round pick, and you know they He's gotten a lot of playing time this year, but he's still kind of learning the nuances of how to run routes. Very limited in what he's able to do as a receiver.
Second 3 and out of their last 3 possessions for the Vikings. And here's Hyde from just inside the 45. Has room. Good return. The Packers will start this drive inside Viking territory as we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck along with the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. I'll ask you, who can knock off the Dallas Cowboys? Dallas Cowboys are the #1 seed, that we know. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, and at one point I think you were in your lifetime,
right,
what team would scare you?
Well, Seattle would, because they're a veteran team and they've been to the dance and they've won and they've got their nucleus of players back. This Packers team would scare me the way that they're playing right now. I tell you, I like Dallas. I've said it before. They're the best team that I've seen this year in the NFC. The one thing that would scare me about Dallas, even though those rookies have passed every test, you get into postseason play, it's a different animal. And how well do they handle that stage? And then that would be the next test that they have to pass.
Second time the Packers have started inside Viking territory, and Rodgers did well just to avoid the sack. Adams was the eventual target. 2nd and 10.
I'll tell you, the team, speaking of around the NFC, the team that has really had a heck of a year that, you know, people aren't talking a lot about is the Atlanta Falcons. And the year that Matt Ryan has had, you know, that could be a dangerous team also.
Under 4 to play, 3rd quarter.
54, Lane. 18.
Pass is incomplete. That ball hit the deck. Jordy Nelson could not make the diving catch. 3rd and 10 coming up. So both offenses sputtering here in the second half after lighting up this field in the first half.
Yeah, both these defenses have kind of tightened up, and Vikings defense, if they're going to, you watch this, and they were so good early in the year creating takeaways, not only creating takeaways, scoring points of their own. Defensively, you almost sense that that's what's going to have to happen here in this game.
3rd down and 10. Pass. Allison, what a catch. That was a beautiful grab by the rookie out of Illinois for a 1st down. But a flag comes in right at the end of the play. Here's the call.
He used to hands to the face. Number 98 in the defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is 1st down.
That's a 6'3", 202-pound receiver, so a big target that had to go down, reach out, and secure that catch. And Geronimo Allison.
Geronimo Allison with Randall Cobb down, then his role moves up a little bit, and that was not an easy catch for him to make, and yet he was able to make it to extend this drive. Of course, he had the penalty on Linval Joseph.
From the 33, here's Montgomery, nothing. That was the Packers' 1st down of this second half on the catch by Allison. No gain by Montgomery. Small screen, stadium-sized content. Watch live local Sunday games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. Montgomery out. Kristen Michael in. Michael, a guy, a running back who was drafted 1 spot behind Eddie Lacy.
Tell you what, if they hand the ball to him here, you're going to see a little different pace than what you see with Ty Montgomery.
He's fast. Does he have any room to show it? Takes it inside the 30, and a 3rd and manageable coming up for Green Bay.
Kristen Michael, he's only been with the team for 5 weeks, and learning the offense, not easy to do, and they'd like to have played him a little bit more, but he audibles so much, Aaron Rodgers does, as Aaron was almost going to get Minnesota with a 12th man on the field. He's the best in the league at doing that. But Kristen Michael, he's just like a ball of fury when he gets the football in his hands. And talking with Mike McCarthy, he said even in practice, everything he does is 100 miles an hour.
3rd down and 4.
Run. We're 19.
19 up. Rodgers Stays upright, gets the first down to Allison. And that's Aaron Rodgers at his best. Got out of trouble, found the open receiver for 8 and a first down. It's pretty amazing. He wanted to go to Jordy Nelson, and then there's pressure by Barr right up the gut. And this guy's amazing when he's on his game and he's able to move and create plays, and still able to find his guy Allison along the sideline for a first down. Boy, so many times you get into the postseason, speaking of that, Joe, it comes down to these quarterbacks, and Aaron Rodgers is playing as well as anybody in football right now. On first down, Rodgers out to his right. Has Adams. And incomplete. Adams had it for a moment and lost it. I don't know how this ball got there. There's two defenders, and you're going to see that Rodgers gives Davante Adams a chance, and he throws a perfect ball. And you know, we talked about the 2 drops that Adams had last week. This will go down as a drop. Not an easy play with defenders' hands right in your face, but I don't know that you could make a better pass with good coverage as Rodgers just made for Adams.
319! 319!
Second down. Rodgers has been doing this all day. Allison can't make a one-handed catch. If you think about Rodgers in 2010, they went in as the number 6 seed. They had to win their final home game here in Week 17 to beat Chicago and get in. They went through Philadelphia, Atlanta. They won the NFC Championship game in Chicago and then won the Super Bowl. They got to the champ game in 2014. And if they end up in the tournament, so to speak, in 2016, 2017, they're going to go in.
This has been a clinic that Rodgers has put on this afternoon.
They're down in 10, free rushers, and Rodgers goes down. Eric Kendricks gets through, but he wasn't alone, and Rodgers gets up hot.
Well, Kendricks is having himself a heck of a game, and he's able to come on the inside pressure. And Ty Montgomery, he's got to try to get over and get as much of him as he can. He couldn't, and then with Munnerlyn also coming off the edge, they're able to get Rodgers to the ground.
Packers will let the game clock wind down on the third quarter. And for Kendricks now 2.5 sacks, 10 tackles. And a long field goal try will be on tap when we start the fourth quarter. The 2 quarterbacks. Quite the contrast today. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Your phone has been there for you. It's captured your memories, your best and worst days, your whole life, all from the palm of your hand.
But forget that whole piece of garbage, because you just got a brand new phone and it's got everything except
your photos. Ugh. So get the Google Photos app, and all the photos on your old phone will be on your new phone automatically. Happier holidays from Google Photos.
Patty LaBelle. Yeah? Patty pie. Girl, that's $3.48.
Patty LaBelle's sweet potato pie, only at Walmart. $3.48 on rollback. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Right here in our community, thousands of homeless animals, many who have been neglected or abused, need your help. You can give hope to pets this holiday season by donating to the Kentucky Humane Society. Your gift will provide life-saving medical care, food, safety, love, and wonderful new families to grateful animals. You can give them hope. You can save their lives. Make a gift to the Kentucky Humane Society today. Visit kyhumane.org.
Something you don't know about the boy next door. He hates holiday break, because that's when food gets scarce and meals are hit or miss. His dad does the best he can, but it's not always enough. Their pride won't allow them to ask you for help. But they might ask Dare to Care.
Help us feed your neighbor. Go to donate.daretocare.org today.
In a world rising from the ashes of bridge construction, one dealership is ready for the future.
No longer will the construction determine our fate. The bridge is open. It's time for us to let people know. Bales is the only place for them to be shopping for cars.
Unbelievable prices.
New or used.
Unbelievable service.
So let's go make some deals.
Bales Auto Mall, Jeffersonville.
It'll be a 48-yard try for Mason Crosby to begin this fourth quarter. To make it an 18-point game. It would be a season long. Crosby nails it. And it's 31-13. Green Bay on top. Next Sunday, She's Inappropriate and In Charge, TV's most outrageous new comedy coming to Fox. Caitlin Olsen is their guardian, but she's no angel. The Mick premieres next Sunday after football on Fox. Aaron Rodgers, his day, 23 of 32, 292, 3 touchdowns through the air, 1 running. And with 14 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game, Green Bay leads by 18 as they try to win their 5th straight.
It's a heck of a day against a good pass defense coming in, as we talked about. This secondary was only giving up on average 205 yards a game, and see the numbers that Rodgers had put up today against a good group, and it's been impressive.
Mike Zimmer will not be happy to learn, if he doesn't already know, his Vikings have now allowed a lot of points over the last couple of games. After a home loss, it was really disappointing. 65 points total over the last 7+ quarters of football for Mike Zimmer's team. Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Thanks, Joe. Tennessee is still very much alive in the AFC South, and this is not what they want to see. Their quarterback, Marcus Mariota, goes down with an apparent right ankle injury. He was carted off the field. His team trailing 25-10. Matt Castle replaces him under center. Joe?
Tennessee started this game, thanks, Carissa, at 8-6, out of the playoff picture. Right now, that division being led because of tiebreakers by Houston. Here's McKinnon right side, and he has not had much room to run. Aaron Andrews, what are we learning about Sam Bradford?
Well, if you want to know how much pressure he's been under, just check out the back of his jersey, and now you can look at his non-throwing hand, kind of the knuckle of his middle finger, pretty good size cut, scrape right there. Obviously didn't cover it up with a bandage. He was sitting by himself on the bench, just kind of massaging the area, taking care of it. See how he does.
2nd and 9. Quick throw. This is in the air, and was in the air for a while off the helmet of Charles Johnson, I think more than once, and it falls to the grass. 3rd and 9 coming up. Ball just sat up there for a moment.
And this defense has been very opportunistic with the interceptions, bouncing all over the place. Thought somebody was going to catch it before bouncing off helmets 3 times. Thought somebody's going to catch it before it hit the ground.
Clinton Dix had a shot at it. He had 2 interceptions at Chicago, 5 on the year, and he's a Pro Bowler. 3rd down and 9. Another short throw that's going nowhere, and Thomas is there to wrap up McKinnon. And I know there's not much there, but at some point on 3rd down and long, you have to go downfield.
Or if you see that a defender is covering the back out of the backfield and you've got no shot, you got to try to fit it somewhere else. Yeah, I think that there does become an approach. You see Pat Shurmur, it's been a frustrating season for him, as it has been for everybody, but
think you get into a mentality that you got to get the ball out, and then sometimes you lose sight of the situation in the game, knowing that you got to drive the ball down the field at times too.
Knuckling punt. This is a live ball. Hyde touched it. We'll see if he was able to get back on top of it.
Pretty close, but that's the kind of break that Minnesota needs if they were able to get on it.
Hyde looks to be in better position for that loose ball. And it stays with Green Bay, and Hyde is able to exhale. Off his hands and able to scramble and get back on top of it. 18-point game. The Packers possessing the football at Lambeau.
Alexa, ask Tracker to find my phone. Okay. Oh no.
Alexa, what do I have on my calendar this afternoon?
You have a dentist appointment at 2 o'clock.
Alexa, how many calories in a chicken wing?
A chicken wing contains 88 calories.
Anybody know where the potato salad is?
Wow, you're really festive?
Well, this time of year, there's plenty to be festive about.
Like what?
You smell like nutmeg.
Like the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event. It's your last chance of the year to save big on every new Hyundai.
Oh, I'm feeling more festive already.
Wait, did you say save big?
Yep.
Oh, I think I hear holiday music now.
Oh, no, that's just my ringtone.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. This is just one of the reasons to buy now. Get up to $2,500 off the new Sonata during Hyundai holidays.
Tomorrow's the big 5-0, Dad. Any plans?
Probably just watch a game on TV. You coming to dinner?
Yeah, one sec.
All right, come on.
Make it a day to remember with Visa Checkout.
Are these the same? Happy birthday, Dad.
Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Take advantage of this limited time offer with Visa Checkout at StubHub.com.
It's your TV. Take it with you. With DirecTV and AT&T, stream live TV anywhere, data free. Join DirecTV today starting at $35 a month. No extra monthly fees.
If you're seeing a Whopper Jr., nuggets, fries, and a drink for $3.99, you're not going crazy. The new Whopper Jr. meal deal at Burger King gets you a flame-grilled Whopper Jr., 4-piece nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $3.99. Get the $3.99 Whopper Jr. meal deal now, only at Burger King.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Now you can get 2 delicious Whopper meals for just $10, only at Burger King.
On Christmas Eve from Lambeau Field as we welcome you back, and the Green Bay Packers are set up leading by 18, starting at their own 47. They run it with Kristen Michael. Flag is thrown, and Michael is bent over backward by linebacker Anthony Barr. Here's the call.
Holding, number 78 offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
That's against the rookie Jason Spriggs, second-round pick out of IU.
You talked about Anthony Barr. You see Anthony Spriggs there, who got called on holding Everson Griffin, but Anthony Barr, he's shown up a little bit more here today than he had in other games, and a lot of discussion, as you said earlier, Joe, about him, and Mike Zimmer addressing a Pro Bowl player last season, and his production has just been way down. And he certainly was challenged this week, and for the most part, I believe he's responded to that.
Go. First and 20 now after the hold, and this one is floated downfield and caught by Jared Cook. Covered by Trey Waynes, and somehow Cook hauled it in. Good for 30.
Trey Waynes is a good young corner. I mean, normally you get the mixed match on a tight end when you've got a safety or a linebacker in coverage. He's going up
against a corner, former first-round pick last year, and Cook shows strong hands and good coverage actually, but Cook is able to go up and make a play, and boy, he has really gained the confidence of Aaron Rodgers once he's come back from his injury and the plays that he's been able to make.
First 300-yard passer allowed this season by the Vikings defense. Meanwhile, Brian Bulaga came out after that last play. Pass is caught by Janis. And for Aaron Rodgers, 8th time he's faced a Mike Zimmer coach defense, twice with the Bengals as defensive coordinator, 6 times with the Vikings. First time he's thrown for 300 yards against a Zimmer defense.
Well, Mike Zimmer said yesterday, he said that the only chance we have is we have to cover them up. In the last 2 games that the Vikings have won against the Packers, they've been able to do that. Says we're going to bring pressure. We've got to get to Aaron Rodgers. We've got to be able to cover on the outside, and that's what they've not been able to do.
Adams starts this play in the backfield. Davante Adams. Rodgers has completed passes to 8 different receivers. He finds Adams, who makes 1 tackler miss. He can't make the rest of the defense miss. He went around Harrison Smith. No gain. So Rodgers has now thrown for 330. 3 touchdowns, found 8 different receivers, and he's run for a touchdown. That's back-to-back bad weeks for this Vikings defense. Last week they could say, well, we didn't have Harrison Smith. They cannot say that today.
No, I think they certainly ran into a different offense than the one they faced in week 2, but this defense has been carrying the load all year, and I just think it's finally taken its toll the last 2 games. 2
fullbacks in there for Green Bay on 3rd and 2, and the pass caught by Nelson for a first down. What a day for number 87, who missed all of last year recovering from a torn ACL. And he has been impossible to cover. And for Nelson, a 154-yard day. 2 touchdowns. And just caught one for a first down and got hit on his way to getting a fresh set of downs for Green Bay.
It's pretty remarkable. I mean, most time you come off a major knee injury, it takes 2 years before you're really back to your old self. He started out the year slow, but what a season, as you said, just 1 year removed from reconstructive knee surgery.
Timeout taken by Green Bay. This is the first half of 2 games on your television for the NFL on Fox. The Cardinals and Seahawks later. Seahawks right there for a number 2 seed. Huge game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the 49ers and the Rams. You see the NFC South. It's Atlanta on top, and at the start of the day, Tampa Bay on the outside of the playoff picture. Atlanta leading that game as Atlanta takes on Carolina. So Tampa Bay's got to win to have any hope with a win in week 17 with some help.
Well, with a win today, if the Packers do win, we'll probably be in Detroit next week, right?
Is that what you're saying? That's what you're thinking, huh? First down for Green Bay. Here's Michael. Kristen Michael takes it inside the 20. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, by the way, haven't been to the playoffs since 2007. That was a year that belonged to the Giants. The Giants are on the verge of getting into the postseason for the first time since they won it all in the 2011 season when they beat the Patriots for the 2nd time in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, boy, they were on a nice little run there, and then they run into Philadelphia with a chance to clinch a playoff berth and just did not show up, at least offensively. We'll see what they're able to do next week.
2nd down and 7. Cook, end zone, incomplete. Covered by Kendricks. Tell you what, Eric Kendricks has come to play today. He's back in coverage on a guy who can fly from the tight end spot.
Yeah, putting Trey Waynes on him, the corner, that didn't work out so well. So put Kendricks on him. He's been all over the field with his Vikings defense. He has. He has really played well. He's a dynamic player. Great speed. Another Bruin.
11 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Former second-round pick out of UCLA. That was last year. 3rd and 7. 2 timeouts on this possession for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was talking to us about Jared Cook. He said the report I got was he's got speed, he's really smart, not that sure-handed of a pass receiver. And I said, well, where is he now in the trust tree for you? He says, right there in the nest. Catches everything. I said, I can't remember a ball that he should have caught that he didn't catch. And we saw that great catch earlier against Trey Waynes.
Yeah, Aaron's brought that up a couple times when we've seen him about the scouting report that those that he was working out with in the offseason in California had told him, and so I don't know where that came from. The guy doesn't drop anything.
He's a great guy too.
Well, I mean, it's been a long time. Jermichael Finley was really the last tight end, and those guys, a back that can catch the ball out of the backfield and a tight end that can catch, are huge weapons for any quarterback. And Rodgers has never really had any of that, at least at the tight end position, not since Jermichael Finley. He's never had a back like that. And you can see why he's so excited right now about those 2 players, Ty Montgomery, Cook, and then, of course, Jordy Nelson, Davante Adams, and Randall Cobb when he's healthy.
Play clock at 1.